Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today is Thursday, 18th August 2016. So first of all, let me wish all of you a very, very happy, joyous, devotional Balaram Jayanti, Balaram Purnima, appearance day of Lord Balaram. So we'll start with prayers. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatya uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naistiki Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Today we are going to discuss chapter number 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, chapter number 7. So we'll just chant one shloka from that, and we have chosen shloka number 26, chapter 7. Bhume suretara varutha vimarditatayaha
Bhume Suretara Varutha Vimarditaya.
Klesha vyayaya kalaya Sita Krishna Keshaha
Keshavaya Kalaya Krishna Kesha.
Jata karishyati jananupalaksha margaha
Jata Krishnati Jananupalakshya Margaha.
Karmani chatma mahimo panibandhanani
Karmani Chapam Mahimopani
Bhume suretara varutha vimarditayaha
Bhume Suretara Varutha Vimarditaya.
Klesha vyayaya kalaya Sita Krishna Keshaha
Kleshavaya Kalaya Sita Krishna Kesha.
Jata karishyati jananupalaksha margaha
Jata Krishyati Jananupalakshya Margaha.
Karmani chatma mahimo panibandhanani
Karmani Chapam Mahimopani.
Sudeep Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bhume suretara varutha vimarditayaha
Bhume suretara varutha vimarditayaha
Shavyayaya kalaya sita Krishna Kesha
Kesha vyayaya kalaya Sita Krishna Kesha
Jatah karishyati jananupalaksha margaha
Jata karishyati jananupalaksha margaha
Karmani chatma mahimopanibandhanani
Karmani chatma mahimo panibandhanani.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Bhume
Bhume
of the entire word.
of the entire world.
Sura itara other than godly persons.
other than godly persons,
Varutha,
Varutha,
soldiers.
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 Vimarditayaha,
Vimarditaya,
distressed by the burden.
distressed by the burden.
Klesha,
Klesha,
miseries.
miseries.
Vyayaya,
Vyaya,
for the matter of diminishing.
For the matter of divination.
Kalaya,
Kalaya,
along with his plenary expansion.
along
with his plenary
with
expansion.
expansion.
Sita Krishna,
Sita Krishna,
not only beautiful but also black.
Not only
beautiful,
beautiful,
but
but also
also black.
Keshaha,
Kesha,
with such hairs.
with such hair.
such hairs.
Jataha,
Jata,
having appeared.
Having
having
appeared.
appeared.
Karishyati,
Karishati,
would act.
good act.
Jana,
Jana,
people in general.
People in general.
Anupalaksha,
Anupalaksha,
rarely to be seen.
Rarely to be seen.
Margaha,
Margaha,
Marga,
path.
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 Karmani,
Karmani,
activities.
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 Cha,
Cha,
also. Atma Mahima,
Mahima,
glories of the Lord Himself.
Glories of the Lord.
Himself.
Upanibandhanani,
Upanibandhanani,
Upanani,
in relation to.
in relation to.
Translation. When the world is overburdened by the fighting strength of kings who have no faith in God, the Lord, just to diminish the distress of the world, descends with his plenary portion. The Lord comes in his original form with beautiful black hair, and just to expand his transcendental glories, he acts extraordinarily. No one can properly estimate how great he is. So please repeat. When the world is overburdened
when the
When
world
the word is overburdened
by the fighting strength of kings
by the fighting strength of kings
who have no faith in God,
who have no faith in God,
the Lord,
the
the
Lord,
Lord,
just to diminish the distress of the world,
just
to diminish the distress of the world,
descends with his plenary portion.
descends with his plenary portion.
The Lord comes in his original form
The Lord comes
in
in
his original form
with beautiful black hair,
with beautiful black hair,
and just to expand his transcendental glories,
and
and
just
just to
to
expand his transcendental glories,
he acts extraordinarily.
he acts extraordinarily.
No one can properly estimate
No one can properly estimate
how great he is.
how great he is.
Thank you very much. So please mute yourself. So this chapter is about the 24 avatars, Leela avatars of Krishna. Leela avatara means he performs some pastime in each one of these. So this shloka that we read today is about Krishna himself. He comes himself just to reduce the burden. If you remember why Krishna appeared, this is the reason given here in the Bhagavatam. Just to diminish the kings who had lost the faith in God and who had like a burden on the earth. So he came to reduce the burden. So we are going to discuss one by one all the avatars as per given in the Bhagavatam. There are different versions. Somebody has Dashavatara and so on. But I have been talking about that often, that Dashavatara is just it came recently. It's not mentioned in old scriptures. So the first one, now Lord Brahma is of course explaining to Narada Muni. So the first one, he starts talking about the Varaha Avatara, the boar incarnation of the Lord. So he just, and this is all small, short description of each of the avatars. It's not like detailed ones. This is just to give us idea that how Brahmaji is telling that how Krishna appears in different Leela, he expands into different avatars. Yesterday we discussed what is meant by expansion. So first he comes as I said, the Varaha Avatara. And then the earth is in distress, in this Sura Asura war, sometimes the Asura were dominant, sometimes Asura were dominant. So when the Asuras were dominant, they just picked up the earth. They're so powerful and they're not also ordinary people. And then they just threw it in the ocean. Great ocean of universe called Garbhodaka. So earth was down there. And so the Lord, how do you rescue the earth from there? So he takes the form of a Varaha, a boar, a pig. Because that's the only one who can go in the depth of the water. And it doesn't mind any dirt and dust, whatever, not dust, dirt, dirty things, like we know how the pig lives. Pig is created by Krishna actually to, in the olden time there were no flush toilets and this and that. So this was just to keep the city clean. So that's one, of course, one of the species just for that. So at that time, the king of the demons was Hiranyaksha, elder brother of Hiranyakashipu. And he fought with, so Lord went down, picked up the earth on his tusk, and then he was challenged by Hiranyaksha. And they had a big fight. And then the Lord killed Hiranyaksha and re-established the earth in its normal position. So after that, Prajapati, the Prajapatis are the sons of Brahma. So they got Suyagya, Suyagya, in the womb of his wife Akuti. So Suyagna and Akuti were the couple. And then Suyagna was born, another incarnation. And then from here, he got many others. Especially he got Suyama in the womb of his wife Dakshina. So this is Suyagna is also called as Indradeva. So he came and he diminished the miseries in the three planetary systems. So later on, they also called him Hari. This is another name of the avatar of Krishna. Suyagna was also called a Hari. And who called him Hari? Swayambhu Manu, the father of mankind. We are all children of Manu, as they say, right? So he named him Hari. So this was the next incarnation. And then the Lord comes as Kapila, who instructed his mother Devahuti. Devahuti is wife of Kardama Muni, and Kapila was born. And then they had also 9 other sisters. And then this whole realization of Kapila's teachings of Lord Kapila to his mother. They are actually nothing but Bhagavad Gita in a way, that we generally get Bhagavad Gita as the essence of all this. So we are very fortunate, we don't have to go through so many other things. So just by hearing her son Devahuti got all the realizations, and all her doubts, contaminations, everything were cleansed. And then she got rid of the material body and achieved the spiritual position. So this Kapila. And then comes, Atri, great sage Atri. Many times he also accompanies Narada Muni in some of the pastimes. So he prayed for an offspring, and the Lord satisfied him, and he came as his son. Datta is son, Atri is Atreya. So Dattatreya. Dattatreya is another incarnation. Mainly worshipped in the south and in the Maharashtra especially. Some other places also, but generally these are the places where they worship Dattatreya. So he says because he was there, he liberated many, and he liberated and purified many yadus, hayas. So they got both material opulence and spiritual blessings. That's the best combination. Okay, of course you can, as a devotee, you can live in poverty like Sudama also, but then you want to do some service, especially in Kali Yuga, then you do require some Lakshmi, right? So you need some opulence to that extent, just for that purpose, not for self-use. Then Brahmaji says, I had to go a lot of austerities, penance. Then the Lord got pleased with him, and he gave him 4 sons, the 4 Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanata Kumara, Sanandana, and Sanatana. All Sanas, they're all called, start with Sana. Sanaka, Sanata Kumara, Sanandana, and Sanatana. So these 4 re-established the spiritual truth, because it was lost in the previous, prior to them. And then they explained it so nicely. Then again it was, the sages got the truth through them. So they were great. We know that they refused to grow. And Lord Brahma wanted them to help him in increasing the population. And then, of course, when they smelled the tulasi from the lotus feet of the Lord and his touch also, then they became devotees. From being they were sort of Mayavadis, talking about the Nirguna, Nirakaras, thing like that. Then the Lord comes as twins, Nara and Narayana, in the womb of Murti, the wife of Dharma, the daughter of Daksha. Daksha has many daughters, so one of them was Murti. And then the Lord comes as twins, Nara and Narayana, Nara Narayana Rishi. There's a nice description about them elsewhere in this. And then how they're very, very powerful devotees of the Lord, and they're as good as Lord in many aspects. And sometimes I was reading that they are still there in the Himalayas, Nara and Rishi. So a lot of Apsaras came along with Cupid to break his vows, but everybody was unsuccessful, because they saw that so many beauties were coming out of him, So how to attract somebody who is already possessing so many beauties within himself? So then thus comes then it's discussion is about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, just by giving a very powerful glance to somebody, wrathful, so he actually helped in overcoming the lust and vanquishing. But then what happens sometimes, if you are angry, if you are angry person, then sometimes you have to suffer yourself, because your anger can finish you also. But such anger does not enter the heart of the Lord, when we say Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. So lust can never enter. Lust can never enter. We know that. But sometimes Brahma and Lord Shiva, sometimes they showed this glimpse of that, And then we know the story of Dhruva. Just because his stepmother did not allow him to sit on the lap of his father when he was playing with his cousin. So he just decided to have a kingdom more powerful than his own father. And then he went for tapasya, austerities. And of course, Narada Muni told him, okay, you go into austerities. Lord will come and he'll fulfill your desires. And then he really, really meditated and chanted in the forest, and the chanting became so powerful that it dried up all the universes, And then people were suffering from water, no water, so much heat. So then they approached the Lord, and the Lord came and then gave him darshan. And when he had the darshan, then he forgot everything else. All his desires, material, because all this kingdom, everything is a material desire. So the Lord was so pleased that he awarded him a planet, Dhruva planet. And the interesting thing about Dhruva planet is it's a spiritual planet, but it got a place in the material world. So we can see the Dhruva planet in the north, which is the only one which is not moving and everybody else is moving. That's why it's called Dhruva. Dhruva means to be steady. Then comes the Prithu Maharaj. So he was, he was son of Maharaj Vena, who was a good devotee, but then he's, deviated from his devotion. And then, because of that, the Brahmanas cursed him and then told him that he made him the thunderbolt curse he got. And then by that thunderbolt, he was burned to ashes. And then he was sent to hell. But he had some good sukruti with him. So the Lord came as his son, as Prithu Maharaj, and he delivered the king from the hell. And then Prithu Maharaj is famous for producing all these grains that we are seeing now. So it all started, the agriculture part started by Prithu Maharaj. And he showed the way how to get the grains healthy, to remain healthy and devoted to Krishna. Then after that, the Lord came as a son of Sudevi, wife of King Nabhi. Sudevi and Nabhi. And then he came as Rishabhadeva. And Rishabhadeva is famous for his Ashtanga Yoga, to control your mind, equivalence your mind. So this is also accepted, by that process also. But unfortunately in Kali Yuga, you cannot practice it because it's not practical. Not that you cannot do it, but all the things required for that are very, very difficult to achieve. And then the Lord came as a Hayagriva, when Brahmaji was performing the yajna, Hayagriva came. So his personified sacrifices, when we have these oblations in the fire. So his personified means he's a person. And the hue of his body is golden. And then he's also personified as Vedas, because when he, his Hayagriva is like in the horse form, horse head. So when he just, makes sound, the sound comes as Vedic mantras in the hymns. So it's very interesting, right? A horse, when just making his sound, then it's like, actually in one of the Brahmas, when Brahma gets all this knowledge from Krishna, so in one of that it is said that he gets it in the Krishna comes as a Hayagriva. He's also worshipped in many places. So there are some stories behind that, Puranas, etc. Then at the end of the millennium, the Vaivashvata Manu, who was supposed to become the next Manu, of the name Satyavrata, then he saw the Lord in the Matsya avatar. So he says, when Brahma saw this vast water, at the end of, everything becomes water. He says, when I saw that the Vedas started coming out of my mouth. In fear, like that's why, people say, I remember when we were children, we are told to chant Hanuman Chalisa or Gayatri Mantra, when you're alone in the, sometime, so now we know that, we chant Hare Krishna for everything. Of course, sometimes we chant Ugram Viram, when we really, really feel that we need the protection. And then he comes as Kurma to become the pivot for the Mandara mountain, this churning of the ocean. So we know the story of this Samudra Manthana. So just the whole thing was to get one pot of nectar. The mountain was going back and forth, and the Lord's back was being scratched, So for him, it's very interesting. It says that when this was happening, the Lord was feeling a little itching on his body. That's such a huge mountain, which is described as some few thousand yojanas and all that. The Lord is just feeling little itching, and the Lord, of course, gave that same benefit to Kurma, like all these tortoise what we see. Such a hard shell they have. Very, very protective. They just withdraw their limbs. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to withdraw his limbs like a tortoise. Then, of course, he comes as the famous Narasimha Avatara. Everybody, especially devotees, know. He just killed Hiranyakashipu by doing a open stomach surgery. And just pleased his devotee, Prahlad. He protected him totally. Then comes the Gajendra, Moksha. The Gajendra was caught by the crocodile in the water. And then, he just started praying to Krishna. He said that he's just holding a lotus flower in his trunk. And he just started calling Krishna. Oh Krishna, oh Krishna. Please come. You are the place of pilgrimage. We just want to hear your holy name. Like that, he was praying. And Krishna came. Krishna felt that see Krishna, you have to call him. He won't come on his own. Draupadi called him, he came. Sudama didn't call him, so Krishna didn't go. His wives were telling him, go, your friend is in trouble. And Krishna said, where is he in trouble? He's look at him. Does he look like in trouble? He's enjoying. And he's not calling me. So if I go, it will be his insult. He will feel insulted. Why did you come? Suppose he tells me, go, get lost. Then what will happen to me? So he just, Lord descended and, saved Gajendra from the clutches. He just broke the crocodile into pieces. Then he comes as Vamana, again famous avatar of Lord. These are all in the 10 avatara also they come, Gajendra doesn't come there. Of course, here Lord Vishnu comes himself like that. And then Bali Maharaj, we know the story of that how Bali Maharaj promised him, ask anything. And then Vamana says, I need 3 steps to just do my, little perform some yagya or something, small Agnihotra or something. And then he conquered everything in his 2 steps. And then Bali Maharaj, he asked, where do I keep the 3rd step? And the Bali Maharaj said, keep it on my head. And, he just kept it and pressed him down to the Patala. So he's still there. And Lord is his doorkeeper. The Lord wanted to serve him. Such a great devotee. Although born in a demon family, but he was a great, great devotee. So this way is going on, nice flow. Brahmaji is going on from one to the other. And then he's telling now Narada Muni that, my dear son, you learned all this science of devotion, Bhakti Sutra, from Krishna. And then specially, Krishna comes as his avatar of Hamsa, Hamsa Avatara. So Narada got all this from his Krishna's swan incarnation. He says how nicely he explained you everything, the science of devotional service. So those who want to surrender to Krishna, your instructions are very, very helpful. So we must all read Narada Bhakti Sutra. Very, very wonderful. So then in the incarnation of Manu, he became the descendant of Manu dynasty, and then he ruled over the miscreant kingly order, subdued them with powerful weapons, wheel weapon. And his rule was characterized as glorious, spread all over the place in 3 lokas. It went almost up to Satyaloka. Then he comes as the incarnation of Dhanvantari, for the medicinal help. He gave so many powerful herbs. So he is the originator of the Ayurveda. And then the Lord comes as a Parashuram, these Kshatriya kings were again, as and when Kshatriya kings or the rulers were torturing their people and it became a burden, the Lord comes and, so he comes, Parshuram comes as a Brahmana and then he kills the Kshatriyas 23 times. 21 times. 7 times into 3. Kills them again and again and again. And then he comes as Lord Ram, in the family of Ikshvaku. All these names are familiar, right? Ikshvaku, Manu. And then we know the whole story of Lord Ram. And then, of course, it's all, a little description is given by Lord Brahma, just 2-3 paragraphs to explain the whole Ramayana. Just Ramayana finished in 3 or 4 sentences, 3 or 4 paragraphs. And then comes what we read today. Krishna comes in his original form, beautiful black hair, just came to reduce the burden of the earth. And then, some of his, what we'll do is, we'll stop here. And then tomorrow we'll take up from Krishna Avatara up to, because there's a little more descriptions. It's just sort of a revision for us. Okay. So now I will stop here. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, comments, we can take it up. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So since today we have Balram Jayanti, can you just for some 5-10 minutes,
What do you want to hear about Balram?
like the glories, how he is similar to Krishna? We say it's he's the other body of Krishna.
Right.
How that is, like we say Krishna is supreme, he's one. So everyone else is
He is the first expansion of Krishna, after Radharani. He is the first expansion. And then Krishna because Krishna doesn't want to go out of Goloka Vrindavan, he doesn't want to mess up with all this creation business. That's why he has all these different personalities. So he empowered Balaram to be as good as him. And then the Balaram is the one who, Sankarshana, he is the origin of all the 3 Purusha avatars. And everybody from there on, So all these Leelas we are seeing, all these Leela avatars, they're actually coming from Lord Vishnu, and who comes through from Balaram. Balaram is a very interesting character, like character meaning it's not a character as such, but personality, I should say. He's a very, very interesting personality. His whole idea is to serve Krishna. Although he comes as his elder brother, he has all these powers, anybody could have. He is holding all these universes on his head, right, as an Ananta Shesha. So you can see so many roles he is playing. Ananta Shesha, Sankarshana, and then he's Adi Guru. He's the original Guru for all of us. Sometimes, and he doesn't mess up like Krishna. Sometimes Krishna is, very playful, and Balaram, once he became little older, he stopped. Like you don't see many of his leelas, except one time he wanted to have his Rasa Leela, and then he told Yamuna that okay, prepare for it, and Yamuna refused. Yamuna meaning river, the personified Yamuna Devi. So he just, that is one instance where he says, okay, if you don't do it now, I'll drag you with my plow and, make you into thousands of pieces. And then she got scared and she says, okay. Because, he also has his leelas. Like that, he has his own Rasa Leela and everything. But it's not like described so much in detail. If you see, it's just some. For example, Krishna killed so many demons and Balaram was always there with him. But then we see only Dhanukasura and Pralambasura, like that, few of them. And then in his own pastimes, we have this killing of Roma Harshana with a blade of grass, then Dvivida gorilla and something like that. But I was just listening to a class about Balaram, and I really like that class. It talks about that how Balaram's Bala acts. And the Prabhu was telling about what he heard from Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave an example of suppose we hold this sand in our hand. So what happens to the sand particles when you are just putting them in the fist? The sand particles remain together, right? It's held by the fist. But when the same fist opens, then what happens to the particles? They may stay, they may go, get scattered, everything, right? So like that, this whole universe, all the universes and everything that come out of the body of Mahavishnu, it's Balaram who holds them together. That's why he holds them together and then he is just balancing them on his hood as an Ananta Shesha. So that came as a very nice realization for me. And another one I got was about, Balaram was the 7th son, right, of Devaki. 6 sons were killed by Kamsa, and then Balaram comes as 7th, and he was transferred to the womb of Rohini. So some tattva thing was there, very nice, like these 6 sons were actually sons of Marichi. And then after they died, they went back. Because Marichi had done some minor mistake, So he was cursed. And all his sons were actually born as sons of demon, Kala Nemi. Kamsa, Kamsa comes from Kala Nemi, right? So this Leela of 6 of them getting killed was that there were 6 obstacles in our path of devotion. Okay. So then Kamsa is described as a bad association, kusanga. Anybody who lives with Kamsa becomes a bad person because all his associates were like him. They were also telling him, if you read the 10th canto, then you will read all this. So he's like bad association. And Devaki, she was very, very afraid of the bad association of Kamsa. And when you become afraid of bad association, that means now your devotional journey starts. The first thing we have to give is give up your bad association, right? When you become a devotee. And that is being brought in by Balaram, 7th son. After that he comes and he actually, this explanation given was that he is the one who invoked this sense of devotion into Devaki, and then she became really, really dedicated to Krishna. So like this, and then he never took part in the war. He was an expert Gada guru, and he's expert Mridanga player. Actually, all the Mridangas players, they first worship Balaram. That is the expansion of Balaram. Mridanga is also expansion of Balaram.
Okay.
And then he visited all the holy places. There's a whole list. Actually, we are celebrating Balaram Jayanti on Saturday at the local Srinathji temple. So I request those who are in Charlotte, please come, because I am going to speak about in little more detail about some more things about Balaram.
Okay. So Prabhuji, what time that is?
That is at 4 o'clock.
Evening?
Saturday 4 o'clock, yes.
Okay. And
20th. You don't get it?
It's on the, I didn't check the WhatsApp group or the email.
It's in the Charlotte WhatsApp group.
Okay, I didn't check today all the messages.
Okay. Yeah, so please come. Bring your friends, everybody.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Balaram Appearance Day Maha Mahotsav ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare
Have special darshan of the Lordships for Balaram Jayanti.